What are you doing?
I'm industrializing.
Industrializing?
Yeah.
For what?
Well, it suddenly occurred to me that maybe at some point we'll get to go home, and when we do, we'll be away for a while, and probably going to be in need of some fast cash. So I'm working on a kind of like a get rich quick scheme.
Right. Okay.
And I was thinking after we had all that kind of cold spell last time.
Yeah.
I think we need better insulation, and I was thinking, well, what can we do? I mean, obviously you've got body warmers, and you get leg warmers, and I suppose technically speaking, a hat is a head warmer.
Yeah.
So what's slightly disenfranchised in the warming market, shall we say? Arm warmers.
What?
Arm warmers. When the rest of you is fine and not too cold, but your arms get a bit cold, you'll need something to keep them warm. So, I give you sleevies! I mean, I know there are some technical problems. They do have a tendency to fall down.
Well, that's one thing I can see straight away, yes.
I mean, I don't know, maybe some kind of strap around the back? That would... Well, I mean, just the name. You can see it on the advert, can't you? Get your new sleevies!
Isn't that kind of like the same thing you do with mittens?
Oh, well, now you've just gone and ruined it. Sleevies coming to a website near you soon. Unlikely. If somebody comes and does it now, I'm going to be...
That actually becomes a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's all gone a bit infernal in here, hasn't it?
It's gone a bit demonic, yeah.
Even the frog spawn's gone.
Oh no, not the frog spawn again.
But it's again, as you say, it's a demonic frog spawn. Tastes like strawberries.
There are worse things to taste of.
I suppose. Hello. We are starting very soon. Welcome back to Maybe Movies. We are up to our penultimate episode of the month. As mostly always, I'm still Max.
And I am still Sam.
And we are up to Act 2 of our new version of Damien Omen Part 2, featuring Charlton Heston as Thorn in place of Richard Thorn. As you'll know by now, this has been a suggestion from one of our great supporters, from Gen X Official, so thank you again, Jen, for this. It's actually working out, I think, a lot better than either of us first anticipated.
Oh, we will see.
But before we jump into this, as always, we're going to do a quick shout out. Today is a special one. Today is for Chip Colquhoun, who's our patron. So thank you, obviously, for that, first of all, Chip. But this is more to do with the fact that Chip at the moment is an author and a writer and a storyteller, and he's recently been doing wonderful things, trying to get a spot on Britain's Got Talent.
Oh. Nice.
He's just put up a video recently about how that's gone and how his journey with that has been going. So there will be a link in the description below. Please do check it out. He's a great guy doing wonderful things. Not so much on YouTube, but just generally, and a good lad.
Yes, best of luck, chap. This is where it starts to get really a little bit messy.
I did spot that there is a potential breakpoint in Act 2.
See, I hadn't gone so far as looking for specific breakpoints. I just know that it just gets incredibly wobbly from here on out.
Yes. So we ended with the last act with Hart being killed on the road.
Yeah.
So we go straight to Mark's birthday.
Mark's birthday and hockey on the lake.
I just put down the first thing is that we'll get this Mark's birthday. It will probably be a bit more of a sombre affair.
Yes.
I mean, I did think about we could keep things like the fireworks and things like that in, but say that they've been organised maybe by Bill as a way of trying to bring them out of this thing, so that some of these things may come across as being a bit forced, like forcing some kind of levity where they're still obviously
there's still this tragedy going on. Yeah,
I did also think this would be a perfect opportunity
uh-huh.
for our new hero to meet our new villain properly.
Right. Okay. My question is, where's Thorn shoeing the door on this one?
Well, a number of things.
Because he hasn't got Aunt Marion to bat for him anymore.
No, because of his inheritance and because obviously he has now a reasonable stake in the company.
Mm.
My thinking is that the forces surrounding Damien may wish to try and bring him into the fold.
Oh, of course, because of his background and his history.
Yes, and my thinking was that if we have him here at this scene, we could possibly throw in something, because all of those people, to a certain degree, more or less obsequious when it comes to Damien, because they know who he is and what he is. And most likely they're afraid of him.
Yeah, right, okay, yeah.
And Thorn wouldn't be. So possibly they see here a replacement father figure for him? Because so much of this film goes on in inference. There's nothing directly said. It's people looking at each other and things like that. So, in terms of exposition, we might not need to do a lot.
Not sure I see the logic. Why do they need a father figure for him?
I was looking for a strong male role model for him, which he no longer has.
Yeah, but isn't that what they're supposed to be doing by surrounding Damien? Because that's what they're doing throughout the film. They're slowly replacing his family.
They are slowly replacing his family. Yeah, that's true. Damn it. I was trying to include them in it. I think my original intention was that Damien sees him as a strong father figure.
They haven't really met yet at this point.
That's why I'm saying we should have him in this scene now. And so, I mean, he can be quite abrasive with him as Thorn is.
Yeah.
And that's something that Damien has respect.
I might have a solution to this.
Okay.
It's quite specific, but I'll see what you think of it. Let's not think about a father figure. He's a cop. A man who is licensed to carry firearms and to do things to people. Maybe they're grooming him to be a protector for the boy. And because of that argument, I'm going to suggest that actually Anne would invite him.
Which ties into something that I was going to come on to, but that's more in Act 3, so yes, I like it.
Which also allows us to throw off suspicion, because Anne is the least suspicious character in the story at this point.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed.
And that gives him his in, and then Damien gets to meet
the only
Thorn,
other thing,
and Thorn gets to meet Damien.
The only thing that I did, sort of looking at my notes here, put down is that before Marion's death, obviously when she's trying to get him involved in this, one of the things she may have said to him is, stick close to the family. That was about the only thing that I'd written down that would have covered that, but that works a lot better. I think that's a lot nicer.
It just feels like they might groom him as a protector because of his authority.
Yes.
Okay, great. So he's invited to Mark's birthday as a part of trying to groom him as a protector.
I was thinking then that maybe whilst they are there is a phone call that Thorn takes, letting him know about Hart's death, and then he leaves. So he's not there for the hockey scene.
Yeah, all right. Although I'm curious as to why you're so eager to get him away. I don't think it matters one way or the other.
Partly because it means that again he can be going off and doing his own things and learning things in his own way.
Aha.
Also, because this is the point where there's a part of this film where the timeline is really kind of choppy. As far as I can figure out, if you look at the next 3 scenes after Mark's birthday,
yeah,
you get the hockey scene, which is the next morning.
Yeah.
Which ends obviously with Bill Atherton's death, and we'll come to that in a minute because that's the possible break point.
Yeah.
You get the scene at night with William Holden, with Richard and Paul, with him telling him that he's going to be the president, which seems to be a few days later because there's a line that Richard gives to him and says, "Thank you for sticking around for the past few days."
Yes, he stuck around for the funeral, I think.
Yeah, and then it says he's going on holiday, and then the next scene is Richard's back from holiday, and we don't know how long he's been gone for. And I didn't know whether having Thorn away from, sort of out of some of these bits would make it easier, because they never actually referred to what's happening during that period of time.
I know what you mean. The timeline is hokey.
Yeah.
I know it goes straight through the Christmas holidays and then goes into the post-Christmas holidays. Because we also get that bit when he goes back and the platoon leader tells him to read the book away, read the Bible and stuff. And that's clearly after they've come back from the break, from the Christmas break.
Yeah. But I mean, so the main thing here is the hockey scene, because if we lose Bill Atherton at this point, we lose our Richard Thorn replacement within the company.
We do.
And that's going to create problems further down the line.
Why? Why isn't Bjorn just immediately stepping into the role?
He could immediately step into the role. One of the things that I thought was, I suppose it doesn't change anything. I think I might be looking at it a bit too much. I do think it may change things with Persarion, because there'll be not really any need. Well, I suppose there is still a need to kill him off, but it's not like there's no threat there because he can't go to Richard and tell him what was happening to him when he was abroad, which is part of the reason why they kill him off so soon, before he has a chance to talk to Richard.
Yes, but he's still a danger, so they would have every reason to want to kill him. He knows things. Bear in mind that these guys, they sweep any possible obstacle out of the way, and the fact that he knows something makes him a potential obstacle.
Yeah, that does make sense.
We might want to insert a scene where someone discusses the problem, so to make it a little bit more apparent to the audience why this is happening.
Yes.
But I do feel like just his knowledge is a dangerous thing.
Fantastic. Thank you. That completely wipes out, not all of my notes, but it does wipe out some of my issues with it, because I'd gone off on some really weird and wonderful tangents about how to correct it. If you're happy that it was still that part is still going to run okay. I mean, with regards to what Thorn is doing at this period of time, I did wonder if, when he goes to find out and investigate Hart's death, amongst her stuff, there may be stuff there alluding to the events 7 years ago. So she could have maybe sent copies of the photos, because she said that she knew David Warner's character. They were friends. They'd worked together before. Maybe.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, she does mention it. It's either the first time when she has the meeting with Richard Thorn, or when she meets Charles and Anne at the museum. She does mention that she knew Charles.
I completely missed that.
Forgotten the character's name, sorry.
No, I can't remember the character's name, no.
Because I was thinking, do we want to fill up his time, because he's now got the money to do so, that he tries to chase things up with the police in England? But I thought, well, that's going to take him well out of it. That's probably too much. But if we can put exposition points in Hart's effects, that will allow him to follow the through line of what happened.
Okay, yes.
All we need to know is that he has seen them and he knows, and then it's when Bugenhagen's stuff arrives, which is obviously in Act 3, that would be what finally ties everything up for him.
You see, this is the thing. I'm thinking when Persarion gets killed would be the point when he starts to get properly suspicious. Because that's like 3 mysterious deaths within the company within a month or whatever.
Yes. Absolutely. Well, 4 now, because we've included Richard's as well.
Yeah.
So you've got Richard, Hart, Bill, and Persarion, yeah.
Yeah. And having that found her effects and gotten some sort of insight into the timeline adds weight to that. So, like, if he's read that thing, and then the next thing that he hears about is Persarion got killed, he's going to go...
And Damien was there at the time. Fantastic.
I agree with what you're saying, is what I'm saying.
Yes. No, I know. So that works. So are we happy then with... kind of this foster some kind of relationship between Damien and Thorn, which has been done, as you say, by Anne, which is fantastic, and tacitly supported by the others. Yeah. Paul can say, oh yeah, well, we're doing this over at the house. You might as well come, you know, and these kind of things, just to keep him in the loop, which would then give us reason. I mean, not that he really needs a reason to go to the hospital after the accident with Persarion.
I was going to say, maybe because of what he's read and stuff, he's gone back to the plant. I don't know. No, maybe I'm stretching. But I was thinking if he sees the accident and then realises that Damien wasn't affected,
which is the next thing, because I didn't think whether we should slip in a thing here with if he meets the doctor at the hospital, you can't turn his cop head off. So when he's on his own, he just says to the doctor, "If you find anything unusual, let me know straight away." Yeah. So before the doctor dies, you may not be able to get hold of him, but leaves a message for him. This is really odd. I'm looking into it more. Maybe there's a problem, mysteriously a problem with the phone. But he just said, something's odd, jackal, or something like that. And then he goes to the lift and gets bisected.
I think we've done it again. We just stumbled through an act somehow blissfully ignorant of the chaos we're causing.
We should leave it to the actual script writers to figure the rest of it out. Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things I did, again, this was just a general note, really, that it's kind of interesting how we've taken Richard Thorn in Soylent Too and kind of turned him into an investigative, kind of like a cop character. Yeah. And for this one to work, we're having to take a cop and trying to shoehorn him into the life of a businessman. Yeah. To be able to do what he needs to do. As I say, it's going to be a bit more erasable, because that's kind of like what Thorn is like. Yeah. But I think that works. It's that edge that is attractive to people and is possibly attractive to Damien as somebody that he can look up to. Yeah. And from their point of view, they want to get him on side for Damien's good. Yeah. And also because killing off a reporter, killing off somebody in the business is one thing. Getting rid of a cop, that's a bit too overt at this stage.
Well, we'll have to see how this goes, because I think I can see one or two possible breakpoints in the third act as well.
I must admit, this was the one that I really had problems with. I think I've got... Well, we'll see. You'll have to wait until next time. Oh, segue.
Segways, gotta love them.
Oh, yes. So, yeah, that does sound like that is us for today. So we will be back, as always, on Friday with our final episode of the month. And a quick reminder that our poll will be going out today, so our viewers poll will be up as a pin post on the Zadram Twitter feed. It will also be on our Patreon page as well, if you're a patron, so you can vote on there. And then on Friday, it will be up as a story on the Zadram Instagram feed. Well, on the Zadram Instagram story, should I say?
Indeed.
And it will also be going up on Friday somewhere else as well.
Facebook?
I don't know if I can do it on Facebook. It's really annoying.
Right, okay. I thought you could do it on the story on Facebook.
Yes, sorry, you're right. It will be on the Maybe Movies Facebook page story as well. And then at the pitch meeting for December, we will announce the winner.
Indeed.
Until then, have a great Thursday, and we will see you on Friday.
As always, guys, TTFN.
Ba 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 ba.